In the last lecture, we added the body of our email right here. But that's not how we build real applications. Because in a real application, the body of an email can be several lines of text. We don't want to write all that text here. Quite often, we put that text in a separate file as a template. And we use HTML to build that template. HTML is the language of the web. That's the language that we use to build web pages. We use it to present content. Now, if you're not familiar with HTML, don't worry. There are plenty of tutorials online. You can learn it on your own. Just follow along with me and see how we can create templates in Python. So, in our project folder, I'm going to add a new file and call it template.html. Now, in a real application, we often have different templates for different scenarios, such as when a user signs up or attempts to reset their password or places an order. These are various scenarios. So we need different templates for these scenarios. And we should name our template files based on those scenarios. In this demo, I'm just going to go with a simple name like template.html. Now let me show you a cool technique to quickly generate some HTML code. We type an exclamation mark and press Tab. So now we have a basic HTML template. When sending emails, we don't need anything in the head section, so let's delete all this. In the body, I'm going to type something like this. Hi user, this is our test email. Now, what if you want to dynamically replace this with the name of the recipient? So let's define a parameter that we can replace later. To define a parameter, we start with a $sign and then give that parameter a name. For example, name. Now, let's save the changes. Beautiful. Back to our app.py. Here on the top, from the string module, we need to import the template class. We use this class to replace these parameters in the template string. Let me show you how that works. So back to app.py. Let's create a template object. Here we need to pass our template as a string. So I'm going to create a path object to load template.html. Here we call read text. This returns the entire content of this file as a string. Now we have a template object. This template object has a method called substitute. With this method, we can replace parameters dynamically. Let me show you how that works. So let's delete this line. Where we're attaching the body of this message, instead of hard coding this body here, let's call template.substitute. Now here we can pass a dictionary that contains key value pairs for parameters in our template, or we could pass keyword arguments. Now to make this code a little bit cleaner, let me put this on a separate line. So let's call that here, pass a dictionary. In this dictionary, we should have a key called name, and let's set that to John. This substitute method will return a string. So let's call that body, and then we pass it here, and finally we change plain to HTML. Save the changes, run the program. Okay, beautiful. And here's our new email message. Hi, John. This is our test email. Now, this email message is pretty simple. It doesn't use any of the features of HTML. So let's go back to our template and make the name of the user bold. So here in our template file, I'm going to add a strong tag around the name parameter. This will make the name of the user bold. Save the changes, back to app.py. Let's run the program one more time. Okay, now here we get a new email, and as you can see, the name of the user is bold. So this is the benefit of using HTML over plain text. Now back to this substitute method. As I told you, you can pass a dictionary, so you might have a dictionary that includes all the values that you want to replace dynamically. If that's the case, pass a dictionary object here. Alternatively, you can pass keyword arguments here. So instead of passing a dictionary, we can pass the keyword argument name equals John. Exactly the same. So this is all about templates in Python.